So I'm seeing a lot of people upgrading to mirrorless cameras, for example, like the Fuji X-T3, you have the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which are all great options. Something I feel people don't factor into the cost of owning a camera like these is, for example, 4K, 10-bit, RAW. What does that mean? It means storage. So what I decided to do is put together 3 different storage option solutions and help you guys make an informed decision to figure out which one is best for you. Let's go ahead and kick things off with the very first one, which is the Samsung T5 drive. So this is a portable drive. As you can see, it's very small. You can literally fit this in your pocket. This is an NVMe drive, which means it is crazy fast. What this also means is that you can also edit directly from this hard drive. Another thing that I like about it is that you don't require, or it doesn't require, any dedicated power. So that's good. You just plug it into your USB port and literally plug and play. You can start dumping footage, or you can edit directly, as I said before. And the best thing about it is price. You can pick up a terabyte for about $150, which I think is a great value. Now, you can even find more inexpensive ones. Obviously, you're not gonna get the NVMe drive. You're not gonna have the speed, but personally for us, we find that this works great. And typically the way we use this is whenever we are doing any type of collaboration with other creators and we are on the go, we usually take this with us so that way we can offload media, but it's not perfect. First of all, it is something that can get lost very easily because it is small and portable. You can also drop this, and what happens is it could break. Then you end up losing data. Another thing is there's no way to add any more storage. In other words, this is 1 terabyte, which means if we needed, let's say, 1.5 terabytes or 2 terabytes, we either have to buy more or buy a larger one. And the last issue with something like this is that you have no backup, unless of course you buy multiple drives, which means that any information that's in here, if you drop it, lose it, it's gone. So there's no redundancy. So now let's talk about the second option, which is the LaCie 2Big Dock. So this one here has 2 hard drives inside, and the drives themselves are hot swappable and also upgradable. For example, you can set this up in a RAID 1, so you have redundancy. Unlike the Samsung T5 drive, you can actually set this up in a way where it mirrors the other drive. Another thing that you can do is set it up in a RAID 0. If you do set it up in a RAID 0, that means you're gonna get much faster speeds, and also you can edit directly from this drive if you set it up in a RAID 0. Plus, if you look at the front, you'll notice we have a USB 3.1 port, a compact flash card reader, and an SD card reader. The way we typically use this is, actually, there's one back there. We use this as a caching system for Premiere Pro, which I think looks great. And also, this is something that you kind of just want to leave on your desk. You don't really take it with you, although it is portable enough to take with you, but it's definitely not a portable solution compared to the T5 drive. Now, there are a few other drawbacks with this. For example, it does require dedicated power compared to the Samsung. So in terms of portability, you have to make sure you use it in an area where there is power available. Also price, this is gonna be more expensive than the T5 drive. It starts at about $600 if you go for the 8 terabyte option, or you can upgrade to the 28 terabyte version, but that's gonna run you about $1,500. You can go with a little bit more of a budget option if you decide to go with that setup over there, which we actually use for a caching drive for Premiere Pro. It works great. That starts at about $400. It does come with 4 terabytes. However, you do lose 2 things, which is the media card reader in the front, and you cannot daisy chain them. Okay, here we go. QNAP. This is a QNAP network attached server. Now, this is also known as a NAS server. So the big difference between this and the other drives that I showed you guys is that you attach this to your network. Now, the benefits of that is that multiple people can access this drive. So for example, I work with Connor and other people, so as we're editing, we can all work on one single drive together. And also, as you notice in the front, there are 8 drives that we can put inside and create this ultra large file server, which is great when we're working with raw footage. Something else that we can do with this is the speed. This supports 10 gigabit E, so we're getting ultra speeds. In fact, this is gonna be faster than the other 2 setups that we talked about, getting over 1,000 megabytes per second. But this isn't perfect. As you can see, this thing is huge, it's large, it's heavy. I'm not gonna take this with me on the go. It also requires dedicated power. There's also a setup process that involves, software and multiple hardware configurations to get it right. And the last thing is cost. This thing, as it sits with 0 drives installed, you're looking at about $2,000. Now, depending on what drive setup you go, you can add 4 terabytes, 8 terabytes, up to 16 terabytes each section. Whew, that's a lot. it can get very pricey. You're looking at thousands of dollars, potentially making this over $10,000. So there's a reason why this is so expensive. Obviously, this is geared for bigger productions. You are gonna get a lot faster speeds compared to the other two. You're also gonna be able to access your information, not only from a local network, but also through the internet, which could be very important to you and your workflow. But keep in mind, this could be a good future-proof option. For example, you can start off with just this by itself and maybe just 2 hard drives. This is something that you can later scale up. That is the option that you have if your budget permits. So there you have it. These are 3 different storage option solutions that we personally use, and they all work great, especially if you are upgrading to a newer camera and you need the storage. These all work fantastic, and I highly recommend it. And I'll be leaving links down below in the description if you guys are interested in picking one up for yourself. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you guys will catch us in the next one. Adios.